The Galactic Summit's reception hall gleamed with bioluminescent panels, casting ethereal light across delegates from 47 star systems. Feria stood near the crystalline bar, her chitinous exoskeleton reflecting the ambient glow in shades of deep purple. As the Zenthari ambassador, she had attended countless diplomatic functions, but tonight felt different. Dangerous, even. You seem nervous, a voice said beside her. Feria turned to find Jack Harrison, the human representative, leaning casually against the bar. He wore the standard Earth diplomatic uniform, a simple black suit that seemed absurdly primitive compared to the adaptive smart-weave fabrics worn by other delegates. "The Krell are here," Feria said quietly, her mandibles clicking with anxiety. "They've been threatening my homeworld for cycles." Jack's expression darkened. "I heard about the blockade. That's why I'm here, to make sure tonight doesn't turn into something worse." Before Feria could respond, a shadow fell over them. Commander Thex, the Krell military attaché, loomed like a mountain of scales and muscle. His species had conquered 17 systems through sheer brutality, and his presence at a peace summit was itself an insult. "The Zenthari pest," Thex rumbled, his translator rendering his growl into common tongue. "How fortunate to find you alone." "She's not alone," Jack said evenly. Thex's eyes, all 6 of them, focused on the human. "Ah, yes. The representative from the newly contacted world. Earth, wasn't it? Tell me, human, does your primitive species even understand the depths of space they've stumbled into?" Jack smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. "We're learning fast. Perhaps you need a proper introduction to galactic society," Thex said, gesturing to the bartender, a Vexian with multiple tentacles. "Bring us Void's Kiss, 3 glasses." Feria's breath caught. Void's Kiss was legendary, a drink so potent that it could incapacitate any known species within minutes. The neurotoxin in it was specifically designed to shut down neural pathways, inducing paralysis. It was illegal in most civilized systems, but the Krell used it as a weapon of humiliation. "I'm not drinking that poison," Feria said. "You will if you want the blockade lifted," Thex said, his voice dropping to a threatening whisper. "You and your human pet. Both of you drink or my fleet moves to your homeworld's orbit tomorrow." Jack placed a hand on Feria's shoulder, gentle but reassuring. "It's okay. I'll drink it." "Jack, no, you don't understand. It will paralyze you completely. Some species never recover." "Trust me," Jack said softly. The Vexian bartender placed 3 glasses on the counter, each filled with a liquid that seemed to absorb light itself. Feria could smell the acrid chemical signature even through her filtered breathing ports. Thex lifted his glass, his lipless mouth spreading in what passed for a smile among Krell. "To new understandings." Jack picked up his glass, examining the dark liquid. "You know, back on Earth we have a saying, 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, floor." He chuckled. "This reminds me of tequila. You jest before death," Thex said. "How very human." Jack tilted his head back and downed the entire glass in one smooth motion. Feria watched in horror, expecting him to collapse immediately. Every species that had consumed Void's Kiss experienced the same reaction: convulsions, neural shutdown, paralysis. But Jack simply set the glass down and wiped his mouth with the back of his hand. "Spicy," he said. "Got anything stronger?" Thex's confident expression faltered. "Impossible." "You should be unconscious." "Should I?" Jack asked. He rolled his shoulders as if working out a minor kink. "Honestly, I've had worse hangovers from cheap whiskey. This stuff's got a decent burn, though." "What did you say it was called?" "Void's Kiss." The surrounding delegates had stopped their conversations, turning to witness the spectacle. A human, a species barely a century into space travel, had just consumed a substance that could fell a Krell warrior. Feria stared at Jack, her scientific mind racing. Then it clicked. Human biology was notoriously resilient, evolved from a death world where organisms regularly consumed toxins as entertainment. Their livers could process substances that would be lethal to most species. Their neural chemistry was so chaotic and adaptable that it resisted most conventional neurotoxins. Jack leaned closer to Thex, his voice low but carrying. "Here's the thing about humans, Commander. We evolved on a planet that tried to kill us every single day. We ate poisonous plants until we figured out which ones wouldn't kill us, and then we ate those for fun. We domesticated predators and called them pets. We turned fermented grains into social lubricant." He tapped the empty glass. This is nothing. Thex took an involuntary step backward. For the first time in Feria's memory, she saw fear in Akrell's eyes. Now about that blockade, Jack continued, his demeanor shifting from casual to ice-cold. You're going to lift it. Tonight. And you're going to issue a formal apology to the Zenthari people. Because if you don't, I'm going to make sure every human bar from Earth to the outer colonies starts serving Void's Kiss as a party drink. We'll call it the Krell Special. Make it a joke. Make you a joke, the threat hung in the air. The power of human ridicule, of turning something fearsome into a punchline, was perhaps more terrifying than any weapon. Thex's scales had paled to a sickly gray. This is not over. Yeah, it is, Jack said. Unless you want to go another round? I'm thinking we make it interesting, maybe do shots? The Krell commander turned and stormed away, his entourage scrambling to follow. Feria found her voice. Jack, that was insane. You could have died. Jack grinned, though she noticed a slight tremor in his hand as he set down the glass. Could have. Probably should have, honestly. But I did my homework. Your medical files on the neurotoxin showed it targets specific receptor sites. Turns out human neural chemistry is weird enough that we don't have those same receptors, or at least not in the same configuration. You gambled your life on biochemical variants? I gambled on being human, Jack said. And on a death world, you learn to hold your liquor. As the reception continued around them, Feria realized something profound. Humanity's greatest weapon wasn't their technology or their weapons. It was their absolute, stubborn refusal to recognize when they should be afraid. And perhaps in a galaxy full of ancient civilizations grown complacent in their power, that made humans the most dangerous species of all. Jack raised his empty glass toward the bartender. So about that stronger drink,